Hello everyone, welcome to another video hop from Jazzledazzle. My name's Caroline and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I'm based in Falkirk in central Scotland and I have my own wee business called Crafty Carly's Creations. There's a Facebook page if you want to go on and have a wee follow. And today we are doing a video hop with my wider team, which is Jazzledazzle, and the theme is thank you. So I'm making a really simple, really easy thank you card. So I hope you'll enjoy it and you can follow along and maybe even try making one yourself. So the bundle I've decided to use, or the stamp set, is the Biggest Wish stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set. I tend to prefer our cling stamp sets because I just feel like a crisper image, but a lot of people I know like these ones because you can see exactly where you're stamping on the paper. So I'm going to use the thanks and the other thanks one, and then I'm going to do a sentiment over the top. So dead simple, could not be easier. So I've got a piece of paper here. It's about 4 3/4 inches in width and about 5 3/4 in length, and I'm going to use some mint macaron ink and stamp up this stamp, which is the thanks one, the big bold one, and I'm just going to stamp that across here. So I'm going to try not to get my head in the picture, apologies if I do. When you're using the photopolymer stamps, it's really best to stamp on top of something soft. So I've got my paper pad here, but if you don't have the paper pads, then use a magazine or, you know, a wad of paper of some sort. You know, just use something so that you can press down on it. Because yeah, you can see that sometimes it misses wee bits, and that's just because you're not managing to stick on it. So I'm going to kind of stamp a wee bit off here. So these are just kind of not quite random, but yeah. So how is everybody this Sunday evening? I cannot believe that we're almost into October. Some people are talking about the dreaded C word and starting to plan for it. I've certainly been making cards for it because, well, we start doing that way back sort of July, August time, depending on how organised you are. Not very in my case, but I really try and put it off as long as I can. I hate the thought that I'm starting on Christmas too early. My daughter, who is 21 and has her own flat, is already threatening to have her Christmas decorations up. Every time I go to visit, she'll say, the next time you're here, Mum, my decorations will be up. And her and I were down at Stobo Castle yesterday having a wee relaxation day, and she was telling me that she'd been looking up her Facebook memories from last year, and she had her Christmas decorations up. She was staying at home last year. She had her Christmas decorations up in her bedroom in November of last year, so she's saying I'll definitely have my decorations up by then. I think she's mad. I think she's off her head. I get so fed up with them being up for the 12 days before and the 12 days after. I'm desperate to get them down and get cleaned round about. The thought of having them up for a few months. Oh, anyway, whatever floats your boat, Olivia. So we can see this is beginning to take shape. It's a bit more blotchy and blurred, then it's not quite as crisp as I'd like it to be, but this is just really the background, and hopefully the things that go on top of this will make the difference. Just going to do a wee bit of what might have been better to do with this is to do it in our Stamparatus. I might have got a cleaner image doing it on that. Okay, so looks something like that. That's something that I can try again, or if you're doing it at home, maybe somebody could try using the Stamparatus and let me know if that's a cleaner image. Now on top of that, I'm going to stamp with the other thanks stamp that's in the pack, and I'm going to use Bermuda Bay, which is a really nice bright blue. So let's see how that goes. So again, I'm just going to kind of stamp down below. This is totally random. This has not been planned because, as usual, I'm running at the cow's tail. I'm not well organised with my videos at all, so I absolutely stress my team leader out when we're doing these kind of video hops because I'm always running late. If any of you can hear Jessie, my guide dog puppy, who is having a wee whinge to herself because I have not allowed it into the cabin today while I'm doing this. Normally she gets to come and sit and gets to feature in my videos, but today she's not. It's getting that wee bit bigger, so start that off. I think that actually looks quite cute. I'm quite liking that effect. Yeah, the underneath is a bit splodgy and a bit more, but yeah, I think it works okay. Okay, over the top of that I am going to use this is one of our stitched shape dies. Can I say that after you've had a drink? My goodness, these I bought, one of the first things I ever bought from Stampin' Up, and they're the Stitched Shapes framelit dies. We still do these in the annual catalogue, and if you haven't got them, get them because you will use them constantly. I use these constantly for masks and for stamping on, but they are great for doing sentiments as well. The smaller of, actually I'm going to use my ink so I'll leave it out, the smaller of the dies. So there's ovals, there's circles, and there are squares in that set. I'm just going to give these a wee rub with my chamois, otherwise I will forget all about them and I'll end up going to use them in a wee while and they'll be still covered in ink. I'll just do the same with this one while we're at it. You can just talk amongst yourselves. I'm always really interested to find out who's watching the videos and where you all are, so if you could really do me a favour this time in the comments box below, if you could comment where you're from, that would be really, really great. I'd really appreciate that. Then I know where people are that are watching the videos that we put out there. So this is called Heal Your Heart, and that's what I'm going to use the sentiment, the thank you, because I really like the scroll of this, or the script of this thank you. It's really, really nice. This was a freebie from the last celebration, so sorry if you don't have it, but there are loads of thank you stamps in their Stampin' Up catalogue, so I'm sure you will all have something. Ooh, I've got a nice purple bead on my desk. So yeah, this is lovely. Again, it's one of our cling stamps, which I just love. I just really like our cling stamps. That's absolute personal opinion, but there we go. So that's going to go in the middle there. I don't know if you can see how dirty my block is. I had a sticker on it because I was at a craft fair, and I put a sticker on so that people would know that it was mine and I came home with my own stuff. They're all needing a good wash to get the stickiness off them. Okay, perfect, right. Hope you can still see that, guys. I made a video the other day and then realised that you could only see half of what I was filming after I had given the item away, so I couldn't even redo it, so yeah. Oh, that's really nice, I like that. Alrighty. So I can now put that ink away before I put my hand in it, or my elbow in it, or, you know, goodness knows what other part of my anatomy I can put in it. I have a gift. I'm going to take our snips now. Again, another absolute must-have piece of kit is Stampin' Up snips. I am hopeless at fussy cutting. I mean, seriously hopeless at fussy cutting. But with these, I have no problem doing it. And all I'm doing is I'm going around the edge of the paper and I'm roughing it up just to make it kind of ragged. And it's just a wee bit of a design feature. My good friend Shirley Young taught me how to do this. Well, I don't know if she taught me how to do it, but I watched her doing it and I thought, I quite like that. Now you can get specific tools for doing this. My Cricut, I think, came with something for, or the packet tools that we got with the Cricut came with things to do this, but in all honesty, these snips do it much better. You can see that what it's doing is just fraying the edges of the paper and just making it look that bit rough. Some people might think that's really messy and not nice. I think it makes it look less like just a rectangular card. I hope you've all had a good weekend. You're all rested and ready for that dreaded Monday morning. More and more of us are working from home, so not quite so bad. You don't have to be doing that horrible drive to work or jumping on trains or whatever. There we go. So you can just see that's roughened up the edges a wee bit. Okay, so I'm going to put this on a card base. And the card base I'm using is just my usual sort of 5x7 card base. Well, actually I think it's more of a 4x6. So that should just sit on top of that quite nicely. And what I'm going to do is get a piece of coordinating cards to sit underneath that. I wonder if I can find that piece of. See how well organised I am. I could have had all this done beforehand, but that makes it way too easy. Bear with me while I go through my papers to see what I've got most of. I've got anything that's got a wee bit cut that would do the job. This is Bermuda Bay. Could we pop that over that? We could do that, couldn't we? And that would sit on there rather nicely. What do you think, Teddy? Teddy is my white labradoodle who is standing here watching what I'm doing, thinking, what on earth are you up to, Mum? And I could just cover over that and that would use up that piece of paper and wouldn't be a waste. This was something that I learned from Ruth, and I think Ruth is Artful Stamping, correct me if I'm wrong, but she was doing things and she was using paper that she'd cut the middles out of, and I thought, wow, what an inspired idea, wasting less paper. I'm a real thrifty person when it comes to my paper. As anybody out there will tell you, especially my team leaders will tell you that I have a real problem when it comes to cutting up card and cutting up DSP. I really struggle with it because I just feel, oh my goodness, I'm going to waste this. Well, that's the whole point, but hey ho. So is that going to fit on there? I might have to trim that just a tiny wee bit. That's still a wee bit on the large side. I should really stop muttering to myself when I'm working, shouldn't I? Okay, so that will work fine. We'll get a tape runner. Yes, I know it's not a Stampin' Up one. I find the Stampin' Up one's incredibly difficult to work with. But that's me because I'm just a bit stupid. Other people seem to have no problem, but okay, that could have been centred a wee bit better at the bottom, but oh, Caroline, what have you done? never use your trimmer with sticky. Never use your snips against anything sticky, but I have to here because I have misjudged that. Even like that, that would look absolutely fine on its own, but we're going to put that thank you just in front of it there. I'm going to use some of the wonderful dimensionals that I have here. Again, I'm really stingy with these as well. Lots of people put loads on, I don't. I even use the bits around the edges, folks. It's true what they say about us Scots. There we go. Now where to put this? I think I'll put it just kind of there. So slightly. And there we have it. My thank you card for her Jazzledazzle Video Hop. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, as I say, let me know where you are, and let me see your take on my card. Okay, see you soon, folks. Thank you. Bye bye.